you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. The Eye Test with Pierre McGuire and Jimmy Murphy.
The Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche. And after 22 years, Raymond Moore
The sickest NHL podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Oh, there we go. Now you can see me, Pierre. Pierre McGuire, Jimmy Murphy here on the Eye Test on the Sick Podcast Network on a Wednesday. We got a great guest coming up soon, Fred Harbinson of the Penticton Vees, who just set a record, Pierre, for the most wins ever for a first-year franchise, not just the WHL, but the Canadian Hockey League with 38 wins. They've now got an OT loss after that as well, but amazing story there. And of course, we've had Fred on twice before, so looking forward to talking to him about the season they're having and what that's been like. But Pierre, let's go back to last night. Lots happening across the NHL. I want to start with the Detroit Red Wings, Pierre, who suddenly
offside. Too many men on the ice.
I totally agree. But we also agree, Pierre, that they shouldn't have been in the situation they were in, where that would play such a pivotal role.
No, but geez, Louise, man. Like, we do these minuscule things for measuring offside. That's graphic. Too many men on the ice.
I know.
If I'm Todd McClellan, like, he handled pretty well. He says, well, if you ask me, I thought it was offside. Now, I don't think he was that calm in his office, so he probably wasn't that calm when he called hockey operations. But that was too many men on the ice. Anyways, he scores 2 goals in the last couple minutes, actually less than a minute and a half, so that's good for them.
And Pierre, to those who were suggesting this week in our business that the Florida Panthers would tank and make
that?
I'm not going to throw people under the bus, Pierre, but they know who they are, and it was, I think, a rather obnoxious accusation, if you ask me, because I'm of the belief, Pierre, that people can argue there's been teams in the past that maybe did that, but I don't think teams are purposely going to lose, and I don't think they do it anymore. And I think
Brad Marchand's out for a while, so they think. Do you think they really wanted to be in this position, Florida?
No.
And
they didn't play like they were tanking last night. I'll tell you that.
No, you think they really wanted Seth Jones to be hurt?
No.
Think they wanted Sasha Barkov to be hurt?
Exactly. So, credit to the Florida Panthers, who showed a lot of heart and soul, despite the fact that their season, is essentially not going into the playoffs this year. But for the Red Wings, Pierre, they're now missing 2 of their top centers.
Kopp is a big loss. Larkin was already a big loss. That's a big problem.
It's getting worrisome. If I'm the Red Wings, I'm looking at the teams behind me right now or the teams in front of me, and that the playoff race in the East just got a little tight.
If Montreal and Ottawa have a 3-point game tonight, that's a problem for Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
If Montreal wins that game, a little less worry for Detroit. But if that's a 3-point game and Ottawa wins it, Detroit's got problems. Ottawa's playing very good hockey. Very good hockey.
Detroit is playing next tomorrow.
Huh?
Detroit plays the Tampa.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Detroit. Yeah.
So, and Tampa's not going to
next week. You know who they play? Montreal.
Yeah. So this is going to get wild here in the Eastern Conference here for the final playoff spots. But we'll talk about more of that and some other NHL topics I want to tackle with you. But right now, let's welcome on our friend, head coach of the Penticton Vees. Oh, I thought we had him. He just disappeared in the studio there. We'll get him in a second.
He'll be back. Oh, Fred's a good man. He's a great coach. He's a great coach.
It's a great story. I don't think it's enough love across the hockey world right now. Here he is, Fred Harbinson, joining us here on the Eye Test. Hey, Coach, how's it going? Good to see you.
Great to see you guys. How are you?
Not as good as you. What a season.
Yeah, no, it's been a good run. Long night on the bus last night. The glamorous part of junior hockey. Got home at about 6:37 in the morning here, but you know what? We're the city's buzzing. Let's put it that way right now.
What's the biggest difference between the BCHL and the Western Hockey League?
Well, you know what? I think especially now, because before you had, players that were choosing to go the college route. So you still had really good players and whatnot in the BC League. But now, like, every single player wants to go this route. So, you're going against the best players, the best coaches, going into the toughest facilities, I guess, in junior hockey now, like playing in front of huge crowds. Like, we've always had big crowds to deal with here at home, but now you're going on the road in front of big fan bases. And so, you have to be really prepared. And I think the other big thing is you're playing 14 more games in a tighter window, even a 1 week, I think, calendar less, in a shorter calendar week. And so you're the way we prepare for practice, and I think is a little different, and recovery is so critical in this league.
Coach, when you made the switch and you're coming in, I'm sure you have plans, you have goals, but did you ever think that you would end up breaking the record for a first-year franchise?
No, I mean, of course not. Like, but I would be lying to say, like I did say on another podcast, like when we got accepted, it was right around like when they had all these different votes last year. We didn't know if we were in or out, all these different things that were going on. And then finally it was about almost to the day here, like right around now when we got accepted. And one of the first things I did is I'm always a hockey historian, like always looking at old stats and stuff like that. And so, all right, well, what was the best, expansion teams ever, and so you find that in the Western League, it was Everett and I think it was 03-04. And then, the team in Quebec there that in 82, 83, 40 some years ago that held the CHL record. So I wrote it on a card. I had it on my desk and it sat here, and didn't really tell anybody about it until we were only a couple games away from breaking it. And that's when they said to our guys, like, hey, you know what? We're closing in on something pretty special. And our goal was to try to make the playoffs, obviously. And then it quickly, after Christmas, it really turned to, hey, we got a legit chance of winning our division and putting a banner up, and which we did last night by securing first overall in the BC division.
How long is the trip from Penticton to Brandon on the bus?
Well, it was 22 hours, but I got to be honest with you guys, because my team would probably, they'll out me otherwise, is that me and Sean Burrick went and played I coached and he played in the prospects game in Vancouver. So we played a Monday family day game against Prince George, great game. Got on a plane, flew to Vancouver for that. And then the team left on the Wednesday to Brandon on the bus, and we got to fly out there. So we cheated on the way out. And then we bounced around all through the prairies. And I gotta admit, growing up in Calgary and coaching in Minnesota so long, it shouldn't be a problem. But when you've lived in the Okanagan for 19 years, you get really soft when you get into Saskatoon and it's minus 26. And I'm thinking, oh my Lord, what's going on here? So, but you know what? We did a good job on that trip. That's where we broke those records, beating breaking the Western League one in Regina, and then the huge one in PA. Like Prince Albert's got a heck of a team this year. And as one of our former players, Max Heisey, was drafted by San Jose last year, that we couldn't get his rights out of there. And they've had a heck of a team. So to go in there and win in their building to break the CHL record was pretty special.
That's awesome. Coach,
is there a common thread in terms of style or systems on the ice that you've noticed in the WHL this year?
It's really structured. Like I think that a lot of people ask, like, have we changed? And we haven't. Like we're using the same, habits and I guess structure to an extent. The way we have to play with a lot of energy. Like we, if you can always tell if we're on with our ozone forecheck, if we're coming at teams in waves and so I'm really proud of how hard we work on it each and every night. And I think some of that was always there in the BC League, but people always wanted to kind of revert and talk about our talent and our skill level. But we, when you're at one place for so long, like we had 6 different championships in my time there, and different times we've lost in the final or whatever, but and they were all a little different. Like, the years within the Does, you're just getting 100 and some points as your leading scorers. But then there was times where in 2015, I think our leading score was 47 points. So we had to win different ways. This year, it's a lot by committee. We've got a bunch of 20-goal scorers. A lot of guys that are, are just, they know that if they don't bring their complete effort every night, that we'll be on the wrong end of the score. And they've all kind of bought into it. And it took a while. Like, we're a little older team. Everyone wants to point sort of fun at how old we are and all this, but usually an old team comes out of the gates real hard, and then everybody else catches up. And what I'd say about our team is, we might be, birth year old, but we've got the second least amount of Western League players on our roster, the guys that played in the Western League. And so we actually got better as the year went on. Like I wrote it down, like before Christmas, we were 16-9, 4-3. After Christmas, 25-4, 1-1.
Wow.
And so again, we've gotten better as the year's gone on. And I think that's a credit to our coaching staff, like my assistants, and my assistant GM does a great job of being organized on the road. And then of course our leadership group and passing it through our whole team on how we have to play every night.
You're in a tough neighborhood. You got Kelowna, which used to be a big rival, obviously West Kelowna. And then you got Kamloops just down the road. I mean, that's a rough neighborhood. That must be the passion for the fans, Fred, must be amazing.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's been, right away. Kelowna's hosting the Memorial Cup this year. Kamloops has got, some real offensive players. Prince George, you look at Prince George, last night, we lose to them in overtime. It's the first time they beat us this year, but it was like a heck of a game. And, they got Ravensburger and Net, who's a first rounder. Parasak's a first rounder. Carroll's is going to go maybe in the top 5. Like he's going to top 10. Like he's one of the best defensemen I've had to coach against. And he's a skill guy with a lot of edge to him. So, they're a hard-nosed team. You go down through the whole division, and we're going to be playing Everett, who's in our conference on Friday and Saturday, who's only lost 7 games all year. We beat them the last time we played them, and so a lot of top teams, top players, top coaches that are always prepared.
Coach, I'm looking at some of the players that have been doing great for you right now. Talk to us about Jacob
Kvasny. Took me a while to pronounce it right too, but it's Quaz as we call him. Again, when you're top, when one of your top players plays as darn hard as he plays, like blocking shots, tracking hard on pucks when he doesn't have it, he's a good penalty killer. And then he's put up the points that he has. I mean, that's the kind of team, you're led by those top guys. Ryden Evers signed, great story. A guy that we acquired in a trade a couple of years ago from Surrey, played with us a year ago and really kind of developed his game. And then he now not going to school now because he signed a 3-year deal with Seattle, right? So it's just he's a great story. We just got a lot of those kind of guys, but Quaz has been great. And it starts with his work ethic, and then his skill takes over from there.
So here's the biggest conundrum for you. You've got an older team this year, which I know I follow your team all the time just because I respect you so much. But what happens next year? Because it's going to change, right?
Yeah, but the landscape's changed. So I've kind of joked with the people when they ask respectfully. I just say, hey, we've got to work hard and find good players and replace them. And if they're poking fun at us or saying that, hey, how bad we're going to be, then I just say, hey, it's one of two things. Either I'm going to replace them with good players, or we're going to be shitty like you guys are this year. And so, so not just having fun, right? But it's, it's going to be, there's no question it's going to be a challenge, but we've already got our hooks. There's guys on our list that we think that we're going to recruit that'll, kind of come in and replace some of those older guys. But we knew this was all by design. Like we didn't have a choice. The people that want to say that haven't dug into it, that want to say, oh, it's good, you got preferential treatment or something like Vegas. Like it's not, it couldn't be further from the truth. Like most of the players, and I don't want to dig deep into it because then it kind of exposes who was left open, and it's not fair to those players. But most of the players that were left exposed, because they were able to lock up so many players on their list, and you weren't allowed to touch 09s, which are 16-year-olds. We were left. If we would have just followed that expansion, we might have won under 10 games. That's what I think. And so we had to make some trades and get creative. Well, of course, they're not going to trade you their young up and coming guys. So you're going to maybe work on guys that weren't coming to the league, that were maybe college guys that are 19, that kind of thing. And so it was all by design. Go older this year, make sure our fan base understands that, hey, we can win in this league. It doesn't matter. Like if the only way you can win is by being old, then I'll be old every year. I'll find a way to be old every year.
Yeah. No, I get it.
The truth is next year we're going to have a couple 2010s on our back end. We're working on signing another 2010 forward. Like we're going to have a mix. And now that's kind of where we start getting into this other phase of where we're going with it in year 2 and 3. Now, hey, if there's no question that we've got some mature players on our team, but again, I'll say this is that they never played in the league, and so these were every single guy on our team either was exposed because they weren't wanted, or were traded because they weren't wanted for one reason or another. And so, I think Duncan Keith, one of our alum, came in and talked to our team at the beginning of the year, was very powerful about playing with a chip on your shoulder. And I think that's really served us well. And when, these teams or fan bases start poking holes on why we're doing or how it's being done, then we know that we're obviously doing something, because they're not talking about teams that are just kind of getting by. So it's, we've used it as fuel within our group, and it's working so far.
Hey, Jimmy, they're like in Vegas. They're the misfits. They're the orphans.
There you go. Good call.
They're Vegas.
There you go.
Hey, Coach, at this time last year, I forget when the last time we spoke to you, but I think it was around now or a little before. One of the big things around hockey and the buzz was how many junior players were going to head south and go into the NCAA. I'm wondering now, are you starting to hear a little more buzz about maybe some players coming back, or other players from college making the switch up to the Canadian Hockey League?
Well, I think what you got to do, and I've tried to explain this, is so the buzz is you've lost McKenna and you've lost Verhoff and Rashny, these guys, but who have we gained? You asked about Kwasnika. He's not coming to this league if he was already going to the University of Minnesota. Right. So we got Kwasnika. We've got Louis Wayman. I could go through it on our team that we would have never had. The Hurlbut kid in Kamloops that was up and scoring, like he was going to the University of Michigan. So I think the net gain for the Western Hockey League has been much greater, and I think it creates a lot of depth in our league and a lot of parity, which it always has had. But so sure, you're going to lose a couple of those high end guys. The way I am operating here is, I want to know. I clearly don't want every one of our players to leave the college all at one time, but we're not making them feel like they got to hide from it, behind our back on it. I'm working with the colleges to make sure, and again, you're still going to get caught by surprise on certain things, but I just think if you work up front, eyeball to eyeball, you're going to have a better understanding of who's coming and going. And to be quite honest with you, that's how it's been here as long as it's been like that since the 60s, since it was a junior team. So our fan base is used to somebody coming here, playing a few years, doing well, and then going off to school X, Y, or Z, right? And so I think we think we know how to manage maybe not a 4-year window, but more of a 2 or 3 year window, and hopefully that gives us the ability to maybe surprise some people and show them there is another way of doing things nowadays, now that the landscape's changed.
All right, let's make it fun. How things down at Salty's?
You know what? Our players are there, I think, every day, because they've got a new discount there too, where these guys get a discount when they go in there. So Salty's a great restaurant, and the boys are there all the time. And this week, actually the next week and a half here, the Canadian Sports School Hockey League, it does their championships here every year. So there's tons of scouts and players from all over Canada that are here right now, utilizing our facility. We have a huge game, like I said, Friday night. That'll be over 4,000 in here against Everett. So it's just, Pierre knows, because his son played here. Like, this is a hockey town through and through, and they've really embraced the move to the Western Hockey League. And we're proud that we're hanging another banner. I think there was a lot of nervousness in our fan base to wonder, hey, we're excited to do this, but how is it going to work out? And now you can see people driving around with a smile on their face saying, oh my, this has been great. So,
hey, Jimmy, before you go anywhere, I just want to say this because it's important to me. If you have a child that you think's a pretty good hockey player, and the recruitment part of it, not the draft part, the recruitment part of it is there, and you're convinced your kid's good, send them to Fred. That's all I'm going to say. And no, Fred, we've talked about this. I think the world of what you've done. I think it's great. That's not for everybody. Like, you got to be a tough kid to go play for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's not for everybody. But if you think your kid's good, that's where they should go. I'm just telling you right now. And Fred knows, I've talked to a lot of parents who were not sure, and all of a sudden their kids go there and they thrive. Mm-hmm. I wish Fred would have been around when I was playing.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Fred, then you'd have
sometimes I feel like I have been here that long, but it's no, I appreciate that, and it's not just me. Like, I've got very good assistants and a great owner. Like, our own, it always starts at the top, and you hear different horror stories in junior hockey. The fact that I've been here 19 and 18 with the same owner, like, he just is so supportive. His whole family is, and you got to give him a lot of credit when that thing changed. Like, he was Johnny on the spot. Like, he moved real quick. And it took a lot of guts to do what he did, financially, but even like just on all different fronts, to dive into that CHL world, right? And because we're not a big community. Like, I mean, we're 40,000, I guess, maybe at best, and and again, we're, like I told you, we're probably going to have 4,000 people in here on Friday, so it tells you what it means to the community.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. How's the skiing? Is it good?
I don't have time for
your
skiing.
Your owner owns the big mountain.
Yeah, he doesn't own it, but he's up there. He's always doing his he's doing the cross. He's more into the cross country skiing now, but yeah, he's put in a lot more time in the business office now that this is a bigger thing.
I got you
helping out over there, but like I said, always in a supportive role. Like, you hear different things in junior hockey. Like, he's been nothing but great for me. He's been one of the biggest reasons I've had a good career here, and you know what, we're excited about what's next in front of us in the future.
Ton of fun to watch it. It's been so much fun to watch you take this thing where a lot of people thought you wouldn't go, and you've done such a good job with it. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Right,
Thanks.
Good luck in the playoffs. All right.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
I'll be watching. Send you a late night text.
Yeah, you bet. All right, guys.
Coach.
All right.
Penticton
Vees head coach Fred Harbinson joined us here on the eye test. He's a great guy.
No, he's a great guy, but I'm just telling you, if you think your kid's any good, send him to play for Fred. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
But if you think your kid maybe squeamish, doesn't like tough, then don't go there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty simple.
Yep. Good stuff.
I love that place.
That's a great story. It's a great
I love
story.
everything about
what's the restaurant you guys just mentioned there?
Salty's.
Okay, nice.
Well, you got some other ones too, but Salty's is really good. Earl's is very good.
Okay.
There's some good ones.
Oh, yeah, we talk about books. You got to write that restaurant.
That would be a good one. There's some good ones. Like, I used to go to a place in Lethbridge. I don't know if it's still there. Before I say the name, I just got to see if it's still there. I used to go there a lot. It was really a good restaurant in Lethbridge.
Okay.
I used to go there a ton. There were a bunch back, I'm going to say late 80s, early 90s. There was a lot of really draft eligible players there. It was good. It was a good spot.
We'll call the book Pierre's Pit Stops. There we go. I like it.
Yeah.
Good stuff there from Fred. All right, let's get back into a little NHL quickly, Pierre, before we get to our Q&A here. Yep. Another thing I wanted to get your take on was Nathan MacKinnon getting ejected.
Oh, what a terrible call. Terrible call.
Yeah.
Sorry. And you know what? I'm glad Jared Bednar, maybe he didn't have to say, I don't care if the guy's hurt or not. Maybe he didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
But that's not a penalty. Like, please stop the nonsense. Darnell Nurse pushed him right into the goalie. What do they want Nathan MacKinnon to do in that situation? Just go behind the net? It's not that easy.
Yeah. I don't know, Pierre, but the thing is like, it's such a gray area still, right? We're still all trying to figure it out. There seems to be no set rule of what it is. And you wonder, the longer this goes on, you're going to get more guys are going to get hurt because nobody knows what it is.
No, I like what you just said. I agree.
Yeah.
But no,
make it safer,
Yeah. I give Edmonton some credit. That's a tough building to go into and win. They found a way to win, which is good. Yep. Again, people are in Colorado going to say, oh, we didn't have our best guy. No, you didn't. I get it. But at least for Edmonton, they're starting to, well, at least last night, they were competing defensively a little bit better.
And Jerry,
a little bit better.
And Jerry looked a little better. That's a big win for him to come in.
No, but he didn't.
No, gets the win.
No.
Okay.
Check this. Go look at the thing.
I know. I'm just hoping he gets his confidence back. I don't like seeing a guy the way he is right now. There's all these stories around him about fighting with teammates, and we'll see what happens with him. The team you watch, and by the way, it seems like it was a huge success. The pregame haps last night.
Yeah, it was good.
And then the post game as well, obviously, is doing great. But Pierre, Montreal Canadiens, I think we touched on it yesterday. One of the dangerous things is when you come back from a long road trip out west, and on top of that, you're playing a team who's kind of in a tailspin and maybe has nothing to lose, so to speak. It can be a dangerous game when you're the better team. Montreal did a good job of not letting that creep in.
I agree with that 100%. The problem is Toronto. Boy, oh boy, that first period, they were nowhere. Now, Montreal is very good, but Montreal's coming back from a 3-game Western road trip where they were not very good. Yeah, they took 3 out of 6 points, but they weren't good. Everybody knows they weren't good.
And of course, And today they call up Jacob Fowler. He is confirmed he will start against the Ottawa Senators tonight.
Did you watch Tony's show yesterday?
I did not. I was fast asleep, my friend.
Yeah.
But I imagine that somebody in front of me predicted that would happen. Yep, I thought so. What's your thoughts on that? Is it the right time?
Yeah, it's good. Test him, see what he can do. It's a huge game. It's a gigantic game for Ottawa, a huge game for Ottawa. It's a substantial game for Montreal. It's a back-to-back against a division opponent and a huge rival, and you guys a chance to really put the boots to them. Knock them back another peg. So yeah, let's see what the kid can do. I think it's great. He'll be able to handle it. Jimmy, you've been in the college environment that he plays in. Like it might be worse in that environment than in the NHL, just the way they taunt goalies. So he'll be fine.
We'll see how many fans make it today, too. By the way, anyone going to that game, be safe out there. We heard the roads are very icy on the way to the Ottawa Senators Canadiens game tonight. And Pierre, the other thing I want to talk to you too, Bruins game, which I was honed in on and focusing a lot.
I heard it was no artistic impression in that game.
It was not a fun game to watch.
That's what I heard.
It was a grinding game, and I think a game that, if you headed to the playoffs, you might get into some of these games where it's just nothing can go, and finally you get that goal, it opens up. But my point is, Charlie McAvoy goes out again. Like, this guy should just wear a bubble nonstop. The poor guy's face is going to be gone by the end of the season. Somebody put a great tweet out yesterday, Pierre, after his hit, and he came back with less teeth on the bottom there. And somebody put a tweet and they put Jerry Cheever's mask over him. They said, "This is Charlie McAvoy's face right now."
Cheesy.
Poor guy, man. Like,
yeah, no, losing your teeth is painful.
Losing your teeth, broke his jaw.
Thanks. Yeah.
He just keeps getting hurt, but he comes back and he scores the winner in overtime there. So good for him. And to those out there in Boston that continue to knock this guy and say trade him, get a clue, please.
Who said that?
Wow,
the fan said that.
Oh, and there's a day, the drive home show here on the big sports channel that the Bruins are on. You know what? I'll say it. I don't care.
No, don't say it. Yeah, but I know who they are. You don't have to say it. Your boy Connor Garland's ripping it up. He's got 4 goals in 2 games.
Big win for them. Win for them.
That's a tough back-to-back.
Yeah.
That was really tough back-to-back.
I had thought, too, you're getting Tampa off that game in Buffalo where they would have wanted to bounce back and really come out.
I don't know how much juice they had left in the tank. Yeah. I think that's part of it. But then you see Buffalo. Buffalo had plenty of juice for San Jose last night. I'm telling you right now, I don't want to play them.
No. Because, Pierre, would you agree with me? That game had let down.
Some outlet who will remain nameless, even though they're a national rights holder in the United States, so you can figure it out, actually wrote that Buffalo was a loser at the trade deadline. Are you kidding me? Stop it.
I just looked at that game, too. It looked like I was wrong. I picked San Jose in that game because it had letdown game written all over it. That's a great
win. They're not letting down on anything. Those guys, they're good. They're
pedal to the metal right now.
One of the things that people better pay attention to, they got a second line now with Zucker, McLeod, and Quinn, number 1. Quinn had a hat trick last night. And then the other thing, they create offense with their defense. They're so much mobility on the back end. They're incorporating their defense into everything, into the rush, into the cycle, into the high cycle. They're exchanging up high. It's amazing what they're doing with their defense to create offense. It's virtually impossible to play against them up high because of the mobility of their defense. They've done a great job tactically, a really good job tactically. They're no fun to play against. Buffalo's good. Buffalo's really good.
Look at that. You bring up Quinn there too, and you look at the value on that contract here. He's only at 3.3, and they got him for another year on that. So
yeah, well, he's coming out of entry level. Well, he was coming out of entry level, but he's had some injuries too. But he's a snipe. I watched him a lot with the Ottawa 67s. That kid could snipe. He could really score. He always was a pure scorer.
I know you don't want to say winners and losers, so I'll put it this way. Would you say at this point that Buffalo has been the bigger beneficiary of that trade with Utah?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, no disrespect meant to Utah. I get what they were trying to do with Peterka, but I think a lot of people, and again, I'm very fortunate. I've been watching Josh Doan play since he was 9 years old, whenever the brick tournament, I think it's 9 and 10. So only reason why, because my son and him, Josh, played head to head against each other when LA played against Mid Fairfield.
Mhm.
And it was the game was 2-2. Both guys scored both goals for their teams. I mean, it was unbelievable to watch. Then they played college hockey against one another. Josh Stone is a really good player, Tony. There you go. Too many shows. Too many shows. I'm so sorry.
That's
so
okay.
sorry, Jimmy. I called you Tony. But anyways, he's a really good player. He's a
All
really
right.
good player.
Yeah, and I'm looking at that team right now too, Pierre. And look, I know he got fired, but he still deserves a lot of credit. And that's Kevin Adams. The more I look at this team, did a good job. A lot of this is what he put together. And
Some of it is really good.
yeah,
But I also think the coaches deserve credit because a lot of those players improved.
Yep. That's where I give the biggest credit right now.
There were guys that were in big trouble. They were really like Owen Power was struggling. Matthias Samuelson was struggling. Bowen Byron was not what he is right now. I'm just telling you, they had guys that were really struggling. But this trade they made with Winnipeg to bring in Shen and Stanley is huge. The trade they made with Rangers to bring in Carrick is massive.
Mm-hmm.
They're a nasty team. They're good.
I'll tell you, Pierre, if I had a vote for Jack Adams right now, I'm just saying I would vote for Lindy Ruff. That would be my vote.
Well, a lot of people would argue with you and they say John Cooper. I know, no. And I think you got to throw Johnny Hines in there.
Johnny Hines is in there.
If you really want to be fair about it, I know Minnesota doesn't get a lot of national love, but they deserve it. They do. But if you look at all the injuries, the man games lost, Tampa and Minnesota probably, and I don't have it in front of me, but I would venture to say both those teams probably had the biggest man games lost in the first 35 games of the year. They were both decimated. Both those teams were crushed by injury.
Yep.
And the fact that those teams were able to compete the way they are, Jimmy, that says a lot.
Yeah, but I'm with you. It's kind of like I think you're going to look at it, and the top two I feel like will be Cooper and Quinville. I agree. There's more street cred there.
Yeah, Ruff is going to get the short end of the stick, unfortunately, but he shouldn't. Lindy's done a very good job. And you know who else, Jimmy? One other name, and nobody's talking about this guy. They were at the beginning of the year because they wanted him to be fired. Patrick Roy has coached his butt off. He is really
a lot of good coaching stories here. Marco Sturm.
Very good story. Very good story. Hey, Marty St. Louis.
Marty St. Louis. I mean,
he's coached really well.
I'll even give props to the other side of that game tonight. I think Travis Green is the game.
He's coached very well. Very well.
He's been really good.
A lot. This is a very interesting year for Coach of the Year. I think most people, because he has Cooper probably leading the chart. Yeah. But if they melt down here, the last 15 to 20 games, maybe he doesn't get it.
Yeah, we shall see. We brought up Utah there quickly before we move to our sponsors, Pierre. Just your thoughts on the contract to Schmaltz today. 8 years, $64 million. My take quickly, a little too much, a little too long. That's all I'll say. I think
I'm thrilled for the
market. I get it, but
I'm thrilled for the kid. I am because I watched him play at Dakota. Know his one brother really well, and I'm really happy for the kid. It's it's life-changing money. It's not like it's his first contract either. But yeah, it's a little long. It's a little steep. But that's okay. Hey, they want to pay it. That's up to them. Good for him. Good for him.
All right, let's before we get to our sponsors too, want to remind everybody we are now less than a week away from broadcasting live on St. Patrick's Day at Hurley's Irish Pub, 1225 Crescent Street in Montreal, right up the street from the Bell Center. The Bruins and Habs will play that night at 7, but we will be at Hurley's 4 to 6 p.m. to get you ready for that and celebrate St. Patrick's Day with you. O'Hara's beer will be flowing, plenty of specials from them, plenty of promotions. I'll actually be talking to one of their marketing people soon to figure out exactly what those promotions are. Maybe we'll do some contests as well with some prizes, we hope. So come on by if you're going to be in the area and have a pint or too many and go on down to the Bruins Canadiens right after. Pierre and I will be going down there. Looking forward to that, Pierre. And that's a big game. I don't know if a lot of people, when the season started, looking at the schedule, thought this game would have as much importance as it appears it will be.
Well, the Bruins have played their way into being relevant. They deserve credit. Marco Sturm, as you correctly said, in the Bruins. Oh, one other thing. I like Jeremy Swayman, but he's not winning
Not
the
a
Vezina
Vezina
Trophy.
candidate.
He's
Yeah,
not.
there's a big
He's not winning the Hart Trophy either. Can we stop that too?
Yeah, there's a big Vezina push coming out for him right now. I think he's done a great job, but I wouldn't put him. He's not in my top 3. I'll put it that way. And quickly, also, we want to remind everybody right after we're in Montreal, the next day on March 18th, Pierre and I will be trekking south to Lake Placid, back again at Lake Placid Brewery on Thursday, the 19th, and Friday, the 20th, broadcasting live from there in honor of the ECAC Men's Championships. Looking really forward to that. It's we were just there.
This weekend, all the games. Yeah. All of college play, a lot of them start tonight. Vermont's at BU, UMass Lowell's host at Merrimack. That's a grind to win at Merrimack.
Oh, yeah.
And UNH is at Northeastern, but they're playing at BC. Minnesota plays Penn State at Penn State. Notre Dame's at Michigan, and Ohio State's at Wisconsin. It starts tonight. Colleges. It starts tonight.
And it's great stuff. And of course, the women's NCAA tournament, the seeds have already been done
tomorrow.
Yep, let's say I keep it like it feels like it's flying, Pierre. Like we're already talking about this. I'm like, whoa, how did this happen? But
pretty soon the NHL playoffs will be here.
It's crazy.
April, I'll tell you right now.
Was it April 20th?
No.
First?
April. Yeah, no, April 20th. You're right. Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Actually, yeah, April 20th. Pretty sure.
There we go. So the Stanley Cup playoffs, April 20th. But before that, plenty of tournament play in women's and men's college hockey. So get ready for that. And listen, we want to tell you about our wonderful sponsor, Vago, where Pierre and I will be next Monday. Looking forward to enjoying Pierre's famous chicken palm there that he raves about. I can't wait to try it. So, but I love going to Vago because they combine old world classics and new Italian dishes for over 23 years. Private dining rooms for any occasion. They are open Monday to Saturday evenings and lunch from Tuesday to Friday. They're located at 1336 Green Avenue in the Westmount section of Montreal. For reservations, call 514-846-1414. Again, that is 514-846-1414. And of course, our friends over at Betway, where you can go all the way with Betway and can still get that amazing new welcome deal where you get up to $300 back on your first deposit. If you haven't signed up yet, that's what you'll get for signing up right now. So go to that QR code right in front of you there, or go to the website, go to the members section, fill out the details there, and you will find the deal there waiting for you. You must be 18 plus, always bet responsibly, and terms and conditions apply. And remember, one of those terms is it is not available in Ontario right now. All right, let's go to my picks. There's only 2 games tonight, but I'm only looking at one of them, and that's the Canadian Senators, a huge Atlantic Division and playoff scenario matchup here. As we mentioned, Jacob Fowler getting the start for the Canadiens. Ottawa Senators back from a road trip. I'm liking the Canadiens in this, Pierre, and getting some good value. Heavy underdogs.
Wow.
Plus 160. I don't know. I don't know why they're such big underdogs.
Wow.
This is pretty interesting. Ottawa coming in off a trip, and now Fowler starting. So give me the Canadiens there, and give me the Canadiens to hold the Senators to under 3.5 goals. So it's Ottawa Senators under 3.5 at minus 105 value, and the Canadiens to win on the money line at plus 160. All right, next question. What do we got? Seamoke, Pierre and Jim, do you think with a lot of UFA re-signing, the trade market will be busy this summer? Yes. With GMs putting a premium on term at cost certainty. Come to Chicago soon. The Seamoke family would love to have you. All right, cool. We would love to do that.
Yeah, I do. I agree with what he just said. I think there'll be a big trade market. Teams are going to have to find a way to make their teams better. I talked to an executive of an NHL team yesterday, and they felt that there would be more movement than what we saw at the trade deadline.
Cool. And before I go to the next question, too, Pierre, a gentleman by the name of Simone Blaine reached out to me on Twitter, just saying how much he loves the show. And he's originally from Montreal. He used to go to Hurley's all the time, but he lives in Vancouver now. He won't be there when we are. Wishes he was. But he also said, could you ask Pierre if he knows my uncle, Jacques Jim Blaine? He was a player before NHL expansion, but he's got some crazy stories as both a player and coach.
I do not, but I'll find out about him. I promise I will find out.
And he said to say hello to you. All right, next
Thank
question.
you.
Sean Michael, Pierre and Jimmy, I love the show. Can the Buffalo Sabres be stopped?
Not right now. The only
Maybe
people
not.
that can stop Buffalo are themselves.
Yeah.
But the fans are oh boy, the environment there is awesome.
We got to
So
find
good.
a way to do a show from there in the playoffs, Pierre. That's what I think.
That'd
All
be
right,
good.
next question. Randy Workman, Pierre and Jimmy, have you seen the prospect Tyson Gross play that the Flames are interested in?
No, I have
Have
not.
the
I
guard
know
right.
the name. I have not seen him play.
All right, next question. Sound the siren. Carolina's defense is packed contractually. There's a lot of money allotted to the left side. How would you approach an Alexander Nikishin extension, and can you over allocate money to one side of the ice?
No, I don't think you need to worry about it. It's a really good question, though. It's very fair. Nikishin's a game breaker type of guy. See, I don't have Chatfield, Jimmy, as being a top pairing guy, and they're playing him in the top pairing right now with Slavin. I think Chatfield's more of a depth guy. I think eventually Nikishin will pass him, and that's where the value is going to be for Nikishin.
Okay.
But I understand what they're doing. I think it's a very fair question. They do. The left side of their D is obviously stacked up with Keandre Miller and with Jacob Slavin, so that's where most of their money's been spent.
All right, next question. Chris, Gaming TV. Pierre, my Penguins are showing great character again. Another comeback and all that without Crosby and Malkin. Can they cause a surprise during the playoffs?
I think they can. I do all the pregame shows in Pitt, and I think they really can. I'm heading into Pittsburgh next
Week from Sunday.
Week from Sunday. Yeah, a week from Sunday, I'm heading into Pittsburgh. So the answer is yeah, I do. I think they can cause some problems.
Are they home for any games while you're there, Pierre?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Yeah, we're fortunate we get to go to those games too, so it's good.
Great. All right, next question. What happened to Jack Guy in Montreal? It seemed like December to January he was playing disciplined and playing well as a number 6. Did the game just change gears, as Pierre often says, and was he not able to keep up?
I was worried about him watching him last night. I know that everybody thought, he played almost 12 minutes in the game. I see the decision making is being flawed. I think part of that is because of the pace.
Yep.
But it doesn't mean he can't play. I think they just got to work with him. I'm not going to tell you who the player was, but I had a couple guys like that were tough guys and they were good players. You got to do different drills to get them to understand how to match pace and how to angle a little bit better. And I think that's kind of where he needs to go right now. He's fine with the puck. It's the other stuff. It's just a little intangible that you got to pick up. That's it with him.
All right, next question. Randy Workman, do you think Stolarz gets traded in the offseason?
You know what, Randy? I think that's a really good question. It depends on how much confidence they have in Hildeby. If they got a lot of confidence in Hildeby, then I think it'll be Hildeby and Woll that'll be the goalies in Toronto. But there's a good chance because he has time left on his contract and he's a tremendous teammate. Everybody in the league knows he's a great guy. He's a really good guy to be around.
All right, next question. Juice, Pierre, if you had a number 1 overall pick in this year's draft, would you draft McKenna or Stenberg?
Stenberg.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, and I'm a McKenna fan, but Stenberg just says more. The fact he's playing with men makes a big difference too. And his World Junior was excellent.
All right, next question. Big guy F5Y. Hey, Jimmy and Pierre, on Tony's show last night, Pierre, you mentioned that you thought Monty lost his edge because of the pressure of trying to make Team Canada. Is it that simple? How does he get it back?
I think it is that simple. I think he was under the scrutiny. I think he melted down under the pressure. Plus, you compound that with playing in Montreal. And I just think it was one of those things where he started to see it sliding away. And he was in a bunch of ads on Francophone TV, showing him going to the Olympics. And I don't think he handled it very well. I don't think it's his fault. It's a really tough position to be in. But I think that affected his season. How do you do it? You let him talk it out. He's got to talk it out and work it out. I hate to say this, but it's a big boy business.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's going to – when you're out in the middle of the ocean, everybody thinks you're getting a life jacket. In the NHL, they throw you an anchor.
Yep.
That's just how it is. So
all right.
You got to help them. People internally got to help them.
Next question. JJ Oilers, you see a scenario if Florida ends up with the top 10 pick And Bobrovsky being a UFA and getting older, would Saros be a player they target this offseason? Also from Finland and no state tax.
Yeah, all that stuff is legit. It's all legit. Jimmy and I sent Jimmy a taxation thing today just to show him. In the state of Washington now they have a tax, which they didn't have before. So all those people that were talking about, oh yeah, no taxes in the state of Washington. It's great for Seattle. We'll see how great it is now.
And who's moving out of there, Pierre?
Yeah, the head of Starbucks.
Starbucks, yep. All right, next question. John Dennis Sween 4. What impact will the Twins 71 and 21 for the Senators have on tonight's game? Go Sens, go.
That's good. That's good. I think the Sens will have a good game. I just don't know if they're going to have enough firepower. Montreal, I don't know. What is Cole Caulfield playing?
Let's see. Let's see what we got tonight. Habs.
He looked very uncomfortable in the third period last night.
Not determined yet, according to Daily Faceoff.
Yeah, so that makes a difference. But I think Montreal just got a little bit more offensive firepower. If their power play is no good, and it wasn't particularly good last night, then I think Ottawa's got a chance. But if the power play works for Montreal, I think Ottawa's in trouble.
Shane is saying game time decision. There we go for Cole Caulfield. All right, next question. Be right 33. Pierre, what is your grade for this year's NHL draft? Deep, average, or weak?
Better than average, deeper at certain positions. D should be good in this draft. Defense.
Next question. Michael Maloney. Pierre, I've heard multiple times Kent Hughes had a deal done for Nyes, but came in 3 seconds too late. How is that possible in the NHL?
No, I'm not buying that. I'm just telling you. I can't say much more than that, but I'm not buying that stuff. I know some other things I just can't say.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yep. All right, next question. Gerbs, you talked about how the Habs depth took advantage last night. Is it going to be the opposite tonight?
Well, I wonder about where Lars Eller's game is right now. We'll see where Lars' game. Pinto's good in the 3-hole. It's going to be a good matchup if they play Kapanen against, or if they play Cousins against Kapanen. I'm going to be interested to see if they go power on power against Suzuki. And, well, I don't know if Caulfield will be there or not, but Slavkovsky. If they use Pinto, it'll be interesting. Like, it's going to be good to watch. We'll see how it plays out. I'm kind of watching that. That'll be one of the things I'm watching early on. But, yeah, Montreal definitely dominated the Leafs depth players last night for sure.
All right, next question. What do we got? Emil Shelburne, as a GM, considering his year, what would you do in regards to Radish contract in Tampa? And B, what would you do with Jesper Bratt? Would he be the forward to trade and rearrange the Devils forward?
No, first of all, let's touch on Jesper Bratt first. High character player, very good player, can manufacture offense off the rush. He's a player you need to have in your roster, on your roster, I should say. And then the other part is on Radish, I would give him more money and less term.
Okay.
I would probably go 3 years, but I would give him, just to say thank you, I'd give him more money.
All right, next question. Franco, is Dylan Strome a potential fit for the Habs at 2C?
It could be. See, I like Dylan's game a lot, but Dylan's got to be on the power play to be really effective and produce some points with consistency. So I don't know if that's a perfect second center for them, but Dylan would be one of the guys you would look at for sure if he's available. Yeah.
All right, next question. Isaiah Vining, 6023. Excuse me, if Fowler stays up and everyone stays healthy, there wouldn't be enough cap space to sign Hage at the end of the season. You can send Fowler down a few times and accrue space. Would you do that?
I don't think Hage is going to play in Montreal.
I think
I've been saying, Jimmy, if he does, I'll apologize. I don't think he's going to get in the lineup in Montreal. Michigan's go on a long run. The NHL season will be over when the Frozen Four is going on. It's in Vegas this year. So I don't think they're going to airdrop him in for playoffs. They've got too much of a unified team. I think he'll go to Laval. I do. But we'll see. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first person to apologize.
All right. Next question. Habinations. My question would be, does Fowler have something to prove in the playoffs?
He does. He does, but he's got to prove it tonight. Tonight's like a first time he'll be in a playoff environment.
Mhm.
Tonight's a big test for him, which is good.
It's great. All right, next question. David Robinson. Any coaches who thrive down the stretch who could get maybe a middling team to rise to the occasion and make the playoffs? Bonus is doing it right now in Columbus, and maybe he did that in the past as well. He did do it in 1992 with the Bruins.
Yeah, he got swept in the Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
the Canadiens.
He got pounded. The guy that really did it was Daryl Sutter when he was in Calgary, and he also did it in LA. Daryl did a really good job.
Yeah. Was it the first time they were the 8th seed, Pierre, in 2012, or was it
2014?
Yeah,
no, Daryl did both cups. Daryl did it, and Daryl was – I can't say enough about Daryl. Daryl did it in 2004 too with Calgary. People forget that. Daryl did a heck of a job. Daryl's a good –
They just barely lost to Tampa.
I get he's old school. I totally – but you know what? His methods work. They're just hard. They're draconian.
Mm-hmm.
They're not for the faint of heart, so like Fred Harbinson, actually. But they get results.
All right, next question. How does a goalie like Tony Montreal, by the way, asking this? How does a goalie like Monty, who has been average to above average for the past couple of seasons, turn into a bottom tier goalie overnight?
I still think the pressure of the Olympic team really weighed on him. I think it was a big problem. I do. And I think, the fact that he got to go to the Four Nations last year, he didn't play. And then all of a sudden they started doing commercials because the team won. And all of a sudden he started seeing slipping away. And I'm like, oh boy, this is no good. You know what? I said the same thing to Jimmy a year ago when Swayman held out. I was like, oh, this is such a disaster. This is going to be such a disaster for this guy. And it was. And as soon as I saw Monty doing commercials like in a Canadian national team sweat, I'm like, oh, this is no good. This is no good.
All right, next question. Big guy. Fowler gets a start versus Sens in Ottawa. The Habs took the train to Ottawa last night. Would Fowler drive 2+ hours, bus or fly to join them? Doesn't travel on game day, add to fatigue. Fowler is 21. How do we know he didn't travel with them last night?
Well, he might have traveled with them last night because they're playing. I think they're on the road Friday night. So they wouldn't have gone out of town, Laval.
Yeah. I mean, he could have traveled with them and they didn't have to make the announcement until
today. Yeah. They would have, they were just telling, like, they would have told him in the afternoon.
Yeah, you're coming.
You get down here and get on the train because it's right next door to the, where the Bell Center is.
Exactly.
I always loved it. We took the train all the time. I loved it. Yeah. It was good. I liked the train.
All right, next question. Isaiah Vining, do you think playing Fowler a lot in the NHL could hurt his development?
No, I don't.
No,
I think he's got more. He's got more than enough games in pro hockey now. He kind of gets it.
Yep. And Joe, yes, they really do take the train. Be better than driving in this weather.
It's awesome. You get a private car. The food is so good. The service is amazing. You sit there. You can watch a movie, listen to your music, play cards. You don't have to go in and out of security. Get off near downtown. Get on the bus. Go to the hotel. It's awesome. Yeah, it's great.
All right, next question. JJ Oilers hasn't been the best season in Vancouver. Marcus Pettersson probably won't return what they gave up. What would his value be now? Vinny Heinen, first round. Melvin Fernstrom for Petey O'Connor.
He's playing around with you, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what? Come on. I don't know. Vancouver's had a rough season.
Just say you're going to have an O'Hara's.
Yeah, we're going to have an O'Hara's, and then Danton Heinen's going to join us.
Yeah. Petey O'Connor, that's good.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Next question. Franco, in my opinion, the Josh Doan versus Peterka trade changed the culture of the Sabres just as Kachuk versus Huberdeau trade for the Panthers. Thoughts? Has a team ever won a cup after firing their GM in season?
That's a really good question. I know that Calgary didn't win in 2004, but I believe Craig Button was fired before that, and Darryl was a GM and coach. They lost in Game 7. I'm just trying to do it over recent times. Lombardi was a GM in LA when they won twice. Armstrong was a GM in St. Louis when they were in last place in January and they won the cup in 19. Just trying to think. I don't think, not in the recent times, Jimmy. I don't think so.
How about during the Canadiens dynasty runs there? Did they ever
No, Sam Pollock wasn't
see
fired.
season?
He wasn't fired, and he left, and they named Irving Grundman, so
Great
he
question.
wasn't fired. It's a really good question.
Trivia.
Very good. I don't know the answer,
I'm gonna look at that and ask again tomorrow. Let's revisit
but
that.
I don't have the answer. But I'm trying to think. I don't think there has been, but I don't know.
Ooh, Seamoke is saying, what about Stanton Bowman after Talon got fired? But was Talon in season, Seamoke?
Yeah, I think it was a year before. They let him go because of all the contracts.
Right.
There was arbitrations that they butchered.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Blackhawks fire.
Well, they won the cup in 10. So when was Pat or Dale?
09. So it was
a year. It was the year before. Yeah,
it was in the summer before they won. All right. Next question. Seamoke again. Will you guys ever have Johnny Laz back on anytime soon?
He's a UMass guy. It's Jimmy's question.
We shall see. We shall see. I know he's a busy man, so I don't know if we'll be able to. All right. Next question. David Robinson. Will Morgan Geeky get 40 this year? He's slowed down. He's close.
What a start. Like before the Olympic break, that guy was in fuego. He was unbelievable. I don't know.
He was making them think. He was making them think about it.
I don't know if he's getting 40. We'll see.
We'll see. Just keep him and Pasta together. That's what I say.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Faux fam. Hey, Pierre, have you heard of Marcus Larocque? 6'4", 215 pounds, 16 years old, WHL. Does he have a future? Is that George's son, Pierre?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm being totally frank. I don't know. I'll check. How old are 16-year-olds? 09? Yeah, they're 09s. So no, I don't have a book on an 09.
He is.
There you go.
He is George's son.
That's good.
All right. Next question. Emil Shelburne, will Robinson play next season?
Where will he play?
Will Robinson play next season?
I have no idea. I wish I
thought
knew.
he was getting dealt here. I got to tell
So
you.
did everybody else in the league. Trust me, Jimmy, you weren't by yourself. A lot of people thought he was.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know how he fits there.
I don't know. That's a great one. I don't know.
At least there's a few good free agents left because that list is looking.
No, it's not very good, is it? It's not very good.
All right, I think that's it. Nope, we got a few more. Tony Montreal, this may be stupid, but I've been thinking about this. What if the NHL allowed one roster spot for special teamists who can only play on the PP and the PK, would make for longer careers for players? Huh.
Well, it's not a bad thought, but I don't think they'll do that. Owners don't have an appetite for that. I always have it built into my 7-player profile. You're either a specialist forward as a penalty killer, a face-off guy, or a power play guy. You still play 5-on-5, but yeah.
All right, next question. That's it. That is it. Great questions today.
Those are all good. Those are great questions.
Yeah.
That's good about George Larocque's son.
Except for the guy asking me make believe names there, huh? We'll get you next time, buddy.
That was funny. That was funny. You should try to get George Larocque on here.
That'd be fun.
He's buddies with you.
He follows me on Twitter.
I know he does. You're tight with him. I know.
Yeah, I like him. People have their
George is great.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun with him. Maybe we'll do that.
Jimmy, he was tough, man.
Oh man,
was he tough?
You know what? I don't know how I went into some social media rabbit hole on fights, and stumbled into some Brashear greatest hits. Donald Brashear, Pierre, you remember him? Oof.
Yeah, I saw him play in Fredericton for about a year and a half, and he kept fighting our guy, Darcy Simon. Wow. I think they fought 18 times in one season.
He was savage, man.
He was. It's tough as nails. Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks to our great friend, Fred Harbinson, for joining us here on the Eye Test. And thanks to Shane working the boards. Thanks to everyone out there listening and watching. Of course, all of your questions here. We appreciate it. Yes. We'll be back tomorrow. Pierre, we got another good guest, a good friend of yours, Paul Hollinsworth, joining us.
Paul is fantastic.
And CTV now?
He is he's such a good voice for maritime hockey. And he's a huge Montreal Canadiens fan, gigantic. I had the honor of working with him at the 05 World Junior. Memorial Cup. I worked with him in a lot of different events, but the Memorial Cup in 05, I remember because it was Corey Perry in the final versus Sidney Crosby. It was pretty good.
Nice.
And earlier that year, they had been line mates at the World Junior with Patrice Bergeron. So it was pretty good. Yeah.
Good stuff. We're looking forward to talking to Paul. He's excited to come on. And then we will finish the week off with On Campus and Providence College head coach Nate Lehman. Of course, Providence College.
They're good. They won the Hockey East regular season. They're in good shape.
First time since like 2016, I think it was.
Well, they won it. They won the national title in 15.
Yep.
So pretty good step.
Yep, they've got a good team. So we'll talk to
Nate.
Nate.
Just so people know, Roger McQueen's a first-round pick of Anaheim. He was just named to the all-rookie team in hockey. He's a good player. I think they thought he'd do a little bit more offensively, but that's a massive jump for an 18.
Do you think he comes out here?
Huh?
You think he comes out, or you think he does another year? I think he should do one more year.
I don't know. I don't know. You know, like it's hard because he's a centerman, and if you look at their centerman
in Anaheim,
they just signed Ryan Paling to a contract extension.
Yep.
So I don't.
What a pick!
I don't know if I'd take him out. I'd probably keep him another year.
Yep. Why not? Right?
It worked for Cutter Gauthier. It didn't work well for Philly, but it worked for Cutter.
There we go. All right. Well, thanks everyone. We will talk to you again tomorrow here on the Eye Test on the Sick Podcast Network.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Eye Test with Pierre McGuire and Jimmy Murphy on YouTube, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.